All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're breaking down a huge opportunity for all you developers and creators out there, the Gemini Live Agent Challenge. And trust me, this is way more than just another hackathon. It's really a direct invitation to build the future of how we all interact with computers.
So let me just ask you this. Are you ready to build an AI that can actually see, hear, and speak? You know, something that goes way beyond that little text box we're all used to? If that sounds exciting, well, you're definitely in the right place.
And you want to know the best part? This is a pure skills competition. That means it's totally free to enter. No purchase necessary, no strings attached. All you need is a great idea and, of course, the skills to bring that idea to life.
Okay, so let's walk through this whole journey together. Think of this as your roadmap. We're going to cover everything, from what the challenge actually is, to the key dates, what you need to build, how to submit it, and of course, the amazing prizes you can win.
So let's start with the big one. What exactly is this challenge? Well, at its core, your mission is simple, but it's also pretty profound. It's to move beyond the text box. What that means is you're going to develop a brand new AI agent that's truly multimodal. So it doesn't just work with text. It sees, it hears, it speaks. It uses inputs like audio, video, and images. Now, your project has to be new for this competition, and it's all about using Google's Live API to either solve a really tough problem or just invent a totally new experience for users.
Next up, let's get into the nitty-gritty. The who and the when. This is the stuff you absolutely need to know. The key dates you can't afford to miss and who's actually eligible to compete.
Okay, get your calendars out. The submission window opens on February 16th and it slams shut on March 16th, 2026. That is your hard deadline. Don't miss it. After that, the judges do their thing and the winners get announced in late April. So who can throw their hat in the ring? Well, you can enter by yourself, with a team, or even as a whole organization as long as you're old enough. Just make sure you double-check the list of restricted countries and regions. And a key thing to note, if you're a government employee or you work for Google or DevPost, you'll have to sit this one out.
All right, now we're getting to the really fun part. Let's talk about the creative heart of this whole thing, what you're actually going to build. This is the how. First things first, you've got to pick one of three categories. You could build a live agent, think of a real-time translator that sees what you're pointing at and tells you what it is. Or how about a creative storyteller that can whip up an entire marketing campaign, text, images, video, the whole shebang. Or maybe a UI navigator, which basically acts as your hands, visually understanding your screen to automate tasks for you.
Now, whichever category gets you excited, there are a few technical requirements. Think of it like a simple 3-ingredient recipe for a valid entry. You've got to use a Gemini model. You need to build it with Google's toolkits, that's the SDK or the Agent Development Kit, and you have to host it using at least one Google Cloud service. Simple as that.
You've got your brilliant idea, you've built it, awesome. So now what? What do you actually need to package up and send in to be in the running for a prize? Let's go over the checklist.
Okay, your submission package needs a few key things. You'll need a text description of your project, a link to your public code repository, and please make sure you have clear setup instructions in your README file. You also need an architecture diagram and some proof you're using Google Cloud. But here is the most important part, you guys. A demo video, 4 minutes max. And remember the golden rule, show, don't just tell.
This next part is absolutely critical, so listen up. We're about to pull back the curtain on exactly how the judges will be scoring your project. You know, understanding this is basically your path to victory.
Now, take a look at how this is weighted. Your school is broken into 3 chunks. The tech and your demo are each worth 30%. But look at that biggest piece of the pie. A full 40% goes to innovation and user experience. That tells you everything. The judges want more than just clean code. They're looking for projects that feel amazing to use, that solve a real problem, and that really, truly break out of that text box.
Your final score is actually a 2-part system. You'll get a base score from 1 to 5 based on those criteria we just saw, but you can also earn up to 1 extra point through some optional bonus activities. This is how you can go that extra mile and really separate your project from the rest of the pack.
So how do you snag those bonus points? 3 ways. If you're an active member of a Google developer group or you automate your cloud deployment, you get a little boost. But the biggest bump by far comes from publishing content. A blog post or a video about your process, that can add a massive 0.6 points to your score. I mean, that could absolutely be the difference maker.
We've covered the what, the how, and the when, so now let's get to the best part, the why. This is where it gets really exciting, the incredible rewards waiting for all your hard work. Let's start right at the top. The single best project across all categories is going to win the grand prize, a cool $25,000 in cash. And then, for the top project in each of our 3 main categories, that's Live Agent, Creative Storyteller, and UI Navigator, there's a fantastic $10,000 prize for each of those winners. But it doesn't even stop there. The recognition goes deeper, with 3 subcategory winners who will each walk away with $5,000 for their amazing work. Okay, here's the full breakdown. You've got cash, you've got Google Cloud credits, and for the top winners, tickets to Google Cloud Next 26. But that grand prize, that's the real showstopper. On top of all the cash and credits, you get a trip for 2 and the unbelievable opportunity to demo your project live on stage at a major conference. That's huge.
So here's the bottom line, and it's really important. It doesn't matter which category you pick. The single highest scoring project in the entire competition takes home the grand prize. That means every single person who enters has a real shot at the top prize.
So there you have it. You've got the complete roadmap, the rules, the dates, the judging criteria, the prizes, everything. The only thing left to answer is the most exciting question of all. What are you going to build?